In this session, we'll discuss how to create this particular solid model project, and here is the dimension. So here we are going to create reefs, extrude, patterns, and all combined commands which we learn, and we'll execute those. So let us start understanding this from the base, left side base. After creating this, you can add this L-shape object with the requisite depth as shown here. So after that, we can add the fillet at the corner, in this corner, so that we can capture it. And here we can create the round block and we can position this, and after that we can drill the hole and you can pattern this, and after that here also you can drill the holes. Then we can create this particular profile and rib it. So let us understand this particular model. So this particular model can be created. So let us start understanding this from this option. So first of all, you have to create this block, and this block dimension you can see 69 by 45, and after that you have to place the another block which is this, and here you can see the detailed dimension 98 and 10 and 75, and then you have to place another block which is the cylinder. So here you have to carefully place this because the direction which you have to maintain is different for different sides. If you see this here, this is 12 in direction 1 and 13 in direction 2 from this plane of placement, so that you have to maintain. And then you have to move to the hole so that you can drill hole here, and also you can drill hole at this particular face. And then after doing this hole placement, you can go for the circular pattern, so that this will be pattern. In case of circular pattern, you have to select the feature and number 6, and you have to select this H as the reference, and then your object will be placed. Then you have to finally drill a hole over this face at 16 diameter and 22 and 18 as the placement. And finally you will fillet this corner and this corner, and next you will go for the plane as the reference where you are going to create the rib. So this plane will be carefully positioned with respect to the selected surface at 19 mm gap. So after selecting this, you can go to the rib command and you can select that profile, and that will be ribbed, and finally we will go for the fillet where the rib will be attached to this. Next we'll look at the second project where we are going to create by seeing this particular drawing. So first of all, you have to create the revolve center profile, and then you have to revolve it. Then you have to create this particular bracket which you have to attach, and you have to extrude this. Then you have to go for the pattern. After creating the pattern, you have to select the ribs and add the pattern again. So let us understand this and look into the detailed option. So we will be starting with the revolve profile. So this revolve will be your first option which you can see, and if you look at the sketch here, you can get the sketch details. So this profile you are going to revolve with respect to this, so that this profile will be generated. And after that you can see the boss which you have created with the extruded distance which is given here as till this face. So when you position the sketch here till the bottom face, we can extrude this because the placement which you have given here for the sketch is very important. There is the placement. There is the sketch we are placing at this particular plane. Next we'll look at the hole and rib feature creation. So now you can place the hole for this, and then you go for the pattern and you can create the 3 patterns. Here you can look at the pattern nomenclature. So 3 is the total numbers, and you are going for the H, this particular H, to refer for the pattern placement. And then you create the ribs inside. So for creating ribs, you took this particular open line which is connected from this point to this point, which you can create by using your datum reference which you can see. So after creating this, you have to finally pattern this pattern inside for the 6 different instances. So here you can get the details. You are selecting this as the pattern reference, and feature is reef, which you are going to pattern, and this is the output. Next we'll look at the third project, where we'll look at different scenario. So here you can see all the dimensions which are detailed, which is very simple. Here we are going to pattern along the curve, and you have to model this. So this is the base, and this is the base again extruded, where cylinder head will be aligned with the requisite curvature, and this is the first pattern which you are going to follow along this curve, and then this will be the final output, and you have to cavitate it and position the bolting heads reference. So we'll look at this particular model, how to create it, and the different features which we have taken for referring it. So we'll be starting with the basic block, which you have to see this here. So 126 by 112, 60 from the center, again 60 and 125, because 125 is from the apex. So after creating this, you have to apply the proper fillet to all the corners. Then you have to apply the bus extrude here, simple extrude, a cylinder extrude. Then you have to go for the revolve cut to capture the profile of the cylinder head. So I'll just show you the revolve profile, how it look like. So this is the profile which you will be revolving and cutting to create the cylinder head, and which I can show you through this. This is the cylinder head which you are going to cut through the revolve profile, which you can place and cut. Then you have to go for the particular patterns extrude. Then you will go for the pattern which will be created like this. So for creating this, before creating this, you can just look over it. So whatever the feature you have created, that is basically constant through this curvature, and then that you can directly refer through this curve. And when you go for the pattern, this is exactly done through the line pattern, but here the reference we have taken is this particular sketch. This particular dimension which we are going to refer, that we have taken, and the gap and number of instances, and this is the feature to extrude, and this is the sketch 4 you have taken. This is the sketch 4 selected, the dimension 3 sketch 4. So this particular dimension will be your controlling parameter which you have taken here. If you select a particular dimension, that will physically control the orientation. So if you edit this, you can see when you double click this, you can see this is the D3. When you double click this, you see this is D1. When you double click this, you see this is the D4. So D4 we have to refer, because from the center till base, this we are going to attach. So now we look at this particular scenario. So when you are going for the pattern, here you can see the D3 sketch 4. So D3 you are going to refer, so that you can check at the sketch the D3 status. So this is D2 and this is your D3. So which you have to vary, because from the end this is going to control. And next you have to go to the cut feature to get the cut outside. So what you have to do is you have to create the profile to cut through this, and it will remove all the extra portion which is projected outside this. And then again you have to go for the cut feature for creating this. So you have to go for this particular circular cylinder and cut it, so that you can place your bolt and all the detail. Here you will be creating the cylindrical boss. Then again you cut here also, Again you will place the cylindrical boss there, and finally you will go for the cut, and again you go for the pattern to place at 4 different places, and then finally you will place the hole here. So in this way you can model the cylinder head and the fins which is used for the two-wheelers. And couple of exercises are there for you which you can see. This is the details which you have to create: the ribs, holes, the extrude, and the complete symmetric configuration of this and datum plane. And like that, here also you have to use the ribs which already I have shown in my session. And this is the final exercise which you have to create and which you can see from the section views. This is the complete detailed drawing which you can refer, and this is the final output which you are looking at. So pause this particular video and then record the dimension and draw this.